Alright, this is a new and improved version of the game. Have you noticed any no Q but targets coming up? For the last one, I mean?
I don't think so.
You didn't reach far enough. See, the first few trials of the first level will take you through like every iteration.
Yeah, but they don't all like Q doesn't always match cylinder.
Right.
Which I get that that's the eventual purpose, but I think there needs to be a learning module. I mean, most games have like a learning module where you can kind of run through the game. I definitely messed that one up.
It's okay. We just take the longest reaction time for the trial.
But yeah, just like a little training phase that's like, okay, this is how the game theoretically should be played. That way you're from the start associating Q with cylinder. And it's
Right.
like this is like you're basically setting out a constant. And then that way you can look at, well, did only one hand drop when both Qs showed up and both cones showed up? You know?
Yeah.
That way you can, that way you're getting somewhat of a baseline for each person. You know? Okay, well, they make this many mistakes.
You raised an interesting point. We may have to do a more in-depth in-house training before having them do the actual test.
Yeah, might be true. What's your in for this? What's your in for this?
What number of people?
Yeah, what are you trying to get?
30, 15, 15, 15. 30 PD that do the cognitive training, 15 PD that do the active control type, and then 15 and 15 control.
Could you do a crossover?
What do you mean?
Have them not sit to stand?
Like not do the exercise?
Yeah. That way they act as their own control. Without exercise, I have this level of performance. With exercise, I have this level of performance.
But like, at what point do you do that? As it is, we're kind of struggling to get people to do it. Because I'm not paying people. They're just doing this just because.
Yeah, you gotta pay people something.
I don't have the money for it. Comes down to money.
Yeah, I guess Dispro can't do another grant name. And so then I'm guessing the sit to stand duration is going to tell you whether they actually sat to stand.
No. I remember I said that we
Oh,
can get
that's
a
right.
LiDAR sensor,
That's right.
which apparently we can get that pretty cheap.
And that's like a visual, like a sensor
To tell you if they like rose up and came back down.
to a certain height.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it looks at like the change in height.
I'm wondering if you could just get them like a nice chair pad for their chair.
Yeah, I considered doing that too. And Corey was like, maybe we can do a LiDAR sensor. That seems cheap. I was like, alright, you're the coding dude.
Yeah. I feel like the time too would also give you at least somewhat indication
Yeah.
between hitting the spacebar and stuff.
But then like the LiDAR sensor would tell us,
It would confirm it,
yeah.
but I'd say that you could probably get a pretty decent idea from just how long they took on that inter-sequence page. Inter-stage page, whatever it's called.
Stimulus.
Yeah, just when it tells you to sit to stand.
Yeah. Or that's an inter trial. We might not even need the LiDAR sensor. That's just something to code into the game so that we do like a certain number of such sit to stands and get a power up or something. But really, what I'm more interested in is the heart rate monitor.
Mhm.
And if their heart rates go up above a certain percentage,
Yeah.
then we're good. They might not even need to do a sit to stand if their heart rates are already
If
above.
they're
a certain-
stressed. Poor things. I don't know which cylinder to grab. You could also make advanced levels and make them colors. Like you can only grab green cones and not red cones.
That's another game we're working on. A spatial working memory task. So you have buttons that light up different colors, and it's going to be like an end back thing. So for every block, there's like 30 trials. It's like a rolling trial. So you have you start with like the easiest one with like 3 buttons. It shows up like one color. And the next one it shows up another color, and it's like a 2 back. You have to think 2 back to from the one that you already had. What color was it? Where was it? If it matches, count it.
Might also be worth just setting out a map for this, like mapping kind of how far they need to grab when it comes to this level, because if they're grabbing it but they're not recognizing the color change, because that color change isn't that, it's kind of subtle, going from light yellow to light green. You might want to change the colors. That way they know that they grab it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you've got a colorblind patient, they're not seeing that. It's, I mean, or I'm just saying, like, you could have, like, just use something like that that says, okay, when you need to grab to these quadrants, you need to reach out over this plane, you know. So
I think that would be solved when we do the in-house training.
Okay.
Like they'll see like how far they have to reach for certain things.
I would change the colors though. From like red, like you have to grab the red cone and then it turns to green or something like that. Just make the colors a little bit different. But again, the subtlety may, if you only get a single cue and you only grab one cylinder, I mean, it's not like you're going to miss the cylinder on the screen. But, I mean, I don't know if the subtlety of the cylinders has anything to do with
No, that was
the cube.
a coding thing. They
Okay.
decided that.
They just picked those colors.
Yeah.
So I
It
mean,
might have
it's
already been built into the
base
system that
to
they
the-
were using.
Yeah, it's the base program or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, because that one, like I grabbed here, which works in this stage, in the lower stage, but doesn't work in the more advanced stage. So it's going to show that I had a slower reaction time, but I didn't. Because I grabbed, I just
Originally, I wanted
just
it to
didn't
be an
grab
arc.
correctly.
You know, like I wanted it to be equidistant on both sides, so that your hands are in the middle and you reach out.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't gotten there yet. It's been
Yeah, because these are definitely different sizes.
yeah.
Like that one, like if it's in the middle,
Uh-huh.
the circles.
It'll take you less time to do the ones in the middle than the ones on the outer.
But the circles are the same size, but the actual like part of the cone, you can see more of the part of the cone when they're on the outside. So if you have a middle and an outside, the cone is actually bigger from one on the outside. Let's see if we can.
See, I wonder if we really need the pillars, or if they can just program the circles to be bigger, and then you just smash them like a
No,
button.
I'd say the circles are probably a good size just because of the way. Like you probably don't want to make them any bigger because then you're losing sensitivity for sure.
Sensitivity.
But see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Like, see how this one is so much bigger than that one?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you could grab the cylinder, but you're not actually you have to grab the circle. Like, you have to grab, like, the center of the circle, and you can't just grab...
No, you can
can't-
you can put your hand through the bottom of the
Okay.
the bottom of the pillar. It's pretty much like just smash through the pillar. I've actually put my hand through the pillar before.
Yeah, I mean, I just did that, but... Okay, so that works, too. I'm trying out different ways of, like, putting your hands...
Yeah.
Like, see how... That one was a little...
Yeah. Level are you on?
3. That one was fine. Sometimes.
I feel like these circles need to be spaced out better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we ran into an issue where
Field of vision.
the field of vision for the leak motion
Also
was
field
not.
of vision for people. I mean, this is a pretty big laptop. I mean, if you have something on, like, here and here, I mean, are you really going to be able to see those in the exact same glance? I mean, that could be an issue. I mean, if you're having to look at two sides of the screen, I mean, this is a single...
No.
single
I meant
field of vision.
keep the same screen size.
Uh-huh.
But you know how those circles are so close to each other?
Right.
Make them. I wanted an arc.
Well, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, with these, I mean, if you were to put this circle out here, like, more out here and out, like, you know, if you were to have two circles out here,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd almost have to look at those separately.
Really?
You'd want them to come out at the
But
same...
you're this far away and you almost have to look at those separately?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like, if I really wanted to look at, like, if a cue was happening, I'd want to, like, if I'm really trying to focus intently on where cues are coming,
Yeah.
I would have to look at... I'd want to kind of be glancing at both sides of the screen. I wouldn't... I mean, if I were here, maybe, I could see those in the same... But even then, like, those 2 points that I just pointed out, like, I'm still wanting to, like, move my eyes back and forth if cues were coming from there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little bit, but I wouldn't go outside of this. Like, I definitely wouldn't utilize, like, that or that of the screen.
My life would be much easier if we had a VR.
like if you could have a
Put
like,
an Oculus Rift on.
well,
on
yeah,
them.
but I'm saying
But
like,
then, like, that
if you
doesn't-
could
that
size
doesn't
this
bode
for
well.
like a 13-inch screen, that would be just about as much as I would space it.
That's like 15.
That's like
What's this?
the height on that's good. But the width is way wide.
This is about 13.
Yeah, that's a 13. I wouldn't go any wider than that. That might be like a 14.
Yeah, taller than I thought.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't go any wider than that. Just
When's your test over tomorrow?
one. Well, the lecture that I want to go to is over at 1.
Okay. You want to come and learn SPSS and then do some of the gate paper stuff?
Yeah. I'll see how I'm probably gonna go over and do some charts, so
Okay.
it just depends. Okay, we got a Q and no cones.
Q and no cones.
Q and no cones.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay. Is this on the first one?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you might.
This is why I'm recording this, because
Yeah, you might wanna
it's
watch it.
move your left hand a little more, so that we can see. Well, you can keep your hand on the screen, but we want to see the cues. There's 8 cues,
Oh.
8 possible cues.
You want to? Oh, so you want to see the cues?
Yeah.
Q and no cones.
Okay.
Q and cone. Okay, Q and cone again.
Q and cone or Q no cone?
No, Q cone.
From the reports, it sounded like it only happens like once every
Sequence?
block.